because of all the work that I had been doing through the school, I didn't really see it as anything. Like I just saw it as, yeah, I'm just helping out. And then a friend of mine actually messaged me and said, "Hey, I know you're really proactive in the school community. Here's a link." And I looked at it, and there was a program called the Global Leadership Program through Macquarie. I think they're still running it now. And basically what you need to do is you fill out a form, and it's more for people who either have a heavy presence in their community or do a lot or are involved in a lot throughout their school. And I I thought I'm like, I'm making videos. I'm not even doing anything. I applied and I thought, you know what, I'll try my luck. Anything's an option. Why not? I spoke with Mr. Lynch, wrote up a bit of a thing just in terms of describing what I do, you know, working overseas, doing content for the school, the things we were doing in school. So like, for example, I'm not sure if the boys still do it in year 12, but myself and two of the other boys were the ones that actually started the whole study nights after school. So like, I think it was every Tuesday night we used to go, we'd sit with our teachers, we'd study, do whatever we needed to do. All the boys would have pizza. Like we just, it was a mix of being social, but it was also a really good opportunity for us to work together. And, you know, I just basically put it in a document and I left it with Lynch thinking nothing of it. He then goes and gets it signed by like Brother Pat or something like that. Brother Pat, Mr. Stevens. And they gave me a proper rap in terms of, you know, basically saying, yeah, what he's underplaying what he's said he's done. And we definitely suggest he gets recommended. And like, I remember sending it off on a Friday, and on Monday I got this approval. The only thing was my initial course, which was like a software engineering course, which was my dream job at the time, wasn't part of this list. So I just went through and I'm like, I'm not doing law, I'm not doing any of this stuff. And the only one that stood out was marketing media. And it was like a 96 ATAR. I was like, there's no way I'm going to get it. I'll just chuck it on here. Why not? And then I got an early acceptance in like April. So I got accepted before any of my trials. And there was obviously like prerequisites that I still need to fulfill. But it was just crazy to think that I was doing all this stuff for the school, just not because I needed to or because I saw any real conversion value in it, but I just thought, yeah, why not? It's a bit fun. And it did pay off in the end. So yeah, that was how I sort of got into it. I hate to admit it or say it about myself, but I think I did a pretty poor job in embracing it. For me, purely because business for me picked up pretty fast. So I didn't have the opportunity, and I wish I did, to actually like enjoy uni as much as I did high school. So, you know, I didn't really get the chance to be a part of all the community stuff in terms of societies and stuff. And like at my uni, there was a whole heap. Like there was, I'm a big basketball fan. There was a basketball society. You'd go, you'd play and stuff. You get to watch, you do all meet up and watch the games and stuff. Like just small stuff that was like a social networking, and it was just more of an experience, if anything. That was the only thing I'd probably regret about uni, but I enjoyed it. Currently at a point where I'm looking into my timing over the next 12 months to consider maybe going back to postgrad. I don't know what for, but it's just like, yeah, I sort of miss the day-to-day routine of being able to go. Being independent also builds you up to having this mindset where you start doing a lot more for yourself than you would during school. You don't have someone holding your hand. So you realize, okay, if I'm not doing it, no one's going to do it. And then you just start developing a bit of a mindset, whether it be educating yourself for school, like in terms of uni, or, you know, self-education with just other knowledge, taking random courses and stuff. I think that was the biggest takeaway I got from uni. Some of the teachers might remember, but this was actually my major work for year 12. So for year 12, like I said, I wasn't the biggest academic. I did standard English, general math, multimedia, software, construction, business studies. I did subjects that it wasn't necessarily, and the reason why I like telling boys that is you don't have to necessarily be doing 4 units of math and 6 units of English or whatever it may be in order to succeed. Like we're all capable of our own level, and it's a matter of just identifying your potential. So for me, I did those subjects, and I'm proud to say I did really well in them because I knew where my level was at, but I knew how to utilize my skills to go beyond where I even thought I could get. So for multimedia, my major work was initially like a student year in the life of. So just a whole bunch of what is so standard now, like vlogs. So like I started making videos of like leadership day and retreat and a bunch of stuff. And then it turned into, I started doing some cool stuff. I got access to some cool tools and stuff through school, like a 360 camera that we sort of developed. And so I just it turned into like a video business, like just as a concept. And I remember putting out the social media for it, just announcing like, yeah, you know, this is my school project. Ended up going into the showcase for multimedia and industrial tech. And at that same time, someone had messaged my page and goes, can you come film my cars? And I was like, this is a bit of a joke. Like, it's a school project. I'm not really, and he goes, I'll pay you. So I was like, okay, when do you want me to come? Like, all right, I had a $300 camera that I bought to film all my content for school. Why not? And from there, it just sort of grew and grew and grew. And then it turned into this, what's now like a digital content agency. So I've got staff, been operating since 2016. And yeah, just sort of, I hate to say it, but like, I feel like it's indirectly given me like a bit of a dream life, like being 18 and first thing you want to do when you're 18 is start going out to nightclubs and stuff. And my first night being 18, I was employed by the nightclub to go shoot for the main artist. So like, yeah, like it was fun. It was weird to think that, like I said, PMH TV and stuff got me used to working in editing, like footage and content. Got my skills good, never really saw it being in anything. And then the moment my project ends, I end up just going to start doing work for like some of the nightlife's biggest acts and stuff, working with a couple of international acts, and turned it into something a bit more, not long-term, but a bit more passionate, like using a bit more of my mind and my passion. So now we basically run and manage a whole bunch of marketing for businesses across the country and the world. We still work a lot in the nightlife, but a lot of small businesses. We actually do a lot of work with old boys from the school. So there's a couple of boys that were in my grade above, who have launched businesses who are like, when I say crushing it, I mean, they've covered the state basically. We're just working hard with them. And yeah, slowly and surely just growing and expanding. And yeah, it's pretty unique. And I'll end up bringing it back to school. The best lesson I've learned is you need to invest a lot of time and effort into your social skills and your networking. You know, the way I see it and the way I look back at it, it trips me out. But the relationship I had with all the teachers is the relationship I have with my clients. So, you know, we used to be at school, and obviously, you know, you'd walk through the playground and you'd see us and we'd be talking. We'd all have a bit of a laugh, and we develop a good relationship as in a social sort of manner. But then the moment when we came to get into work, we knew exactly what we were doing, and it was productivity on either end. So developing a good relationship and a strong relationship across the board is the biggest lesson I've learned, just because it's what gains you so much. You know, I've done zero advertising. So I've paid not a single dollar into Facebook ads, into Instagram, and for someone who runs them for other clients, I should be the first one doing them. But I've built my business based off just social networking, word of mouth, and just communicating, I guess. So like, I think that's one of the biggest lessons for me.